Hey, Steve Trang. I'm sitting over here at the Family Mastermind with David Olds, and we're talking about transaction coordinating. Now, if you guys have been following Real Estate Disruptors, we've interviewed at this point over 200, I think we're close to 300 people now, right? And over the course of 5 years.
Yeah.
And we talk about doing all these deals, all these transactions. We talk about marketing and sales, conversion, KPIs. You know what we never talk about?
Transactions.
Transaction
the
coordinating.
backside of the business.
The backside
right?
of it. You know why? There's no money made on transaction coordinating side. All right. So one of my biggest pet peeves as a business owner, I've been doing this. I was looking back. It's actually 18 years. I thought it was 16 years.
Yeah.
My first deal was 05.
Oh wow.
So looking back in 18 years, as we've been doing the business, mentoring, coaching, training, and this and that, my biggest pet peeve is when the owners are not doing income generating activities.
Yes.
Because nothing makes money like income generating activities.
Yeah.
So how do you help someone get out of the firefighting, the paperwork, and so on?
Yeah, great question. So it goes back to when we started this business. So I've been doing it for 21 years, and
it's not a competition.
It's not. But I mean, I feel like I would win at Disruptors. But, here's how it started. And we talked about this in the podcast. Is in the beginning, I was that guy who thought I had to do everything myself, right? That narcissism or whatever it is, right? I can work harder. I can do 18 hours. I can do all these things, right? And
I'll work and I'll hustle.
Yeah, like I'm the best. Nobody can do it better than me.
Right.
And when I hired my first TC, what I realized was, oh my goodness, like now I could focus on selling my deals. Yeah. And weird stuff started happening. Deposits were going into my bank account that I had no idea what they were. And I would go to her and I would say, Heather, what's this $28,000 for? Oh, that's that deal you sold 3 weeks ago, dummy. I'm like, oh my goodness, right? So what happened is it allowed me to really focus more on selling my deals and building my team, and not this 30% of the business that literally feels like you're walking through quicksand, right? Dealing with title companies. They're not the most fun people to deal with. So, so COVID hit and a bunch of different things happened, and we decided to start the transactions company. So we were very intentional at the beginning, right? I know you talk about this, start with the end in mind. We knew who we were going to be. We knew we wanted to be able to help our clients in all 50 states. I didn't want you to call me and go, hey, I know I normally do my deals in West Virginia, but I have this one in Texas. Yeah. Can you help me? And I have to say no, right? So all 50 states, and within that, because I've been an investor for so long, 21 years, that I understood all of these types of transactions, and I knew that one day you may be doing a wholesale deal, but tomorrow it could be a novation or the retail buying system or whatever it is, all these different types of deals. So we were very intentional from the get-go of all 50 states, all transaction types. Yeah.
Well, so when someone first starts with me, they're like, hey, what should I do? And I always say the same two things. Get a mentor, hire an assistant, right? And the typical answers are, I can't afford a mentor and assistant. I can give them a pass on the mentorship side, right? I can't give a pass. I don't agree with it, but I can give a pass on it.
Okay.
But the assistant, you cannot afford not to have an assistant, because if you don't have an assistant, you are the assistant.
You are,
right? So what do you say to someone who's like, but David, I can't afford a transaction coordinator?
So here's what's amazing. You talked about income generating activities. So one thing that's unique and great about us that we teach all of our clients how to do is, we work on a subscription model. So we have different plans based on how many deals you're doing, right? Yeah. But we'll show you how to add an admin fee into your contract. So most of our clients have turned their transactions into a profit generating activity. Yeah. So, let's say you do 5 transactions with us, it's $300-$400 a month, whatever that average is, but they're adding $595 or in some cases even $995 into their selling contract. So what's happening is they've turned this into a profit center. So not only are they not doing the worst part of the business, which is dealing with title companies and attorneys, but now they're bringing in extra additional revenue beyond what they pay us. And somebody doing 15 deals a month, and we've got a bunch of companies doing this, they're generating almost $50,000 a year in extra income that's just found money that they can take and put that into marketing or adding to their team or doing whatever they want.
Yeah, so that's talking about making money from TC, but even going back, right? If someone's concerned, here's the principle, right? If you're not willing to invest in a transaction coordinating service or a transaction coordinator, then you are doing the transaction coordinating.
Yeah.
And if your rate is, let's just say, I don't know, $200 an hour. Like if you want to make $500,000,
yeah,
you're $250 an hour, right? For every hour there, it costs yourself $250.
Yeah.
So you're literally throwing money out the window to 100%. Save money.
Yeah.
And here we're saying is you can actually not have to invest that money because you're turning it into a profit center.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a very different model.
It's a very different model, and that's why it's been so successful. And we designed it that way very intentionally. We wanted to make it so it's really hard to say no, right? Yeah. Like not only is our team just amazing, and they are, the coordinators that we hire, we have 16 of them now. These are all people that come from the title industry. They're not $15 an hour people. They're, literal title agents and processors and abstractors and mortgage industry people. Because what's important is we want to make sure that we get your deal over the finish line.
Right.
So we bring in industry experts who understand how to navigate that process, because not every deal is clean and easy.
I mean,
they're not all simple, right?
I'm trying to think of like the handful of transactions that were clean and easy.
Yeah. There's very few.
Right.
I tell people one last is, whatever your worst, think of your worst transaction. That's a Tuesday for us. Like it's just the stuff, because our team only does transactions 8:30 to 5:30, 5 days a week. This is all they do.
So I go meet with the homeowner. I got the contract. I scan it. Upload to you guys.
You're done.
Then what?
That's it. Here's what's going to happen. Somebody from my team, or I'm going to reach out. I'm going to say, let's say Mrs. Smith. Hey, Mrs. Smith, I'm working with Steve on your property over at 123 Main Street. Mrs. Smith, I'm going to be your point of contact from here all the way to closing, and you're out. Mm-hmm. You're out. Go get your next deal. Go sell your deal, whatever you want. So, Mrs. Smith, I need to collect some information for the title company so we can get this closed as quick as possible and get you paid. Yeah. So we're going to go, depending upon the type of deal, after $120 million and 2,500 transactions, we know bankruptcy, foreclosure, bad tenant, whatever it is, we know what documents are to collect, because again, we want to compress time. I want to get this closed as quick as possible for you. So you're out. Go worry about selling your deal. And in the background, behind the curtain at the Wizard of Oz, we're collecting all those documents. So lost trust documents or obituaries or affidavits or whatever it is that is going to be needed to get this closed.
All that private investigator stuff.
Yeah, like our team loves to do that stuff. As long as the seller's cooperative, we're in. Yeah. So we're collecting all that. So by the time you have your buyer, now same thing. Hey, Bob, I'm working with Steve, 123 Main Street. Looks like you've got this great deal. Awesome. Your contract says you're closing this in your LLC. I need your docs. Who's authorized sign?
Operating agreement, all that stuff.
Oh, using Tim Herridge, RCN Capital. Great. Who's your contact over there? Perfect. I'll take all of that. I'm going to take all this information, get it to the title company, coordinate the closing, who's signing where, because I don't want you involved in this side of the business. I want you out doing deals.
So let me share with you my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
All right. So I got paperwork.
Yep.
I got my TC. They're doing all the work.
Yep.
And they deal with the title company.
Yeah.
And a title company does absolutely nothing.
Yes.
With the file.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you guys dealing with that?
So a couple things. I know you do a lot of deals, but you're not doing 500 a month, right? So there's some leverage that comes with that, right? When I call any title company, they answer the phone, right? Yeah. There's a couple title companies running around here, like they will answer the phone for us because we do a lot of volume. So that's one thing, but you're 100% right. Apathy is a problem on the title company side. So one, they're going to treat your file better because it's with us. Two, again, when we created this company, we knew some things were important. That's a problem. It drove me absolutely bonkers. So
yeah, because they don't like to pull a title work until like 3 days before close.
Yes. So here's what we do. So we do have that conversation with them. If we're going to vet a title company, we're going to make sure that they're going to get this done. So I'll be like, that's fine. We can pull title once we have a buyer, but I'm number one on your list, right? You are going to get this done very quickly. Two, the other thing that we do is all of our coordinators are actually paid on a blended system. So they have salary plus they commission. The minute your deal funds, they write it down on their commission sheet, and now they're getting paid. So what does that do? They're constantly keeping pressure on these title companies to get this deal over the line, right? So, because here's what would happen. Let's say you've got a contract and you got a buyer and a seller, but both contracts don't expire for 30 days. Most title companies are going to put that to 30 days from now. Our TCs are like, hey, we got a buyer, we got a seller. Let's close next week. Let's get this done. I want to make sure that I get you paid.
Fair question is, can we close early?
Yeah, 100%.
Fair question.
Yeah.
Right.
So two things for us. One, I've said this story a lot of times, and to our coordinators, and it's interesting. I do use Phoenix. I'm like, hey, little Bobby in Phoenix. This might be his only deal that's closing this month, right? He's got a wife, a girlfriend, hopefully not both, but or kids, or dogs, or VAs, or car payments. Like, he needs this money. Get this thing done. Get it closed, because time kills all deals. The longer something sits out there, the worse it gets. Number two, we're like Walmart. Like, I got to get the old deals out because 40 new deals are coming in every single day. So I don't want to be like that I Love Lucy episode where she's juggling the cakes, right? So, because we understand what our volume is, like, I need to get these deals closed, get you paid, so I can go on to your next deal. Right?
Let me share another source of irritation for myself. Is, we got a seller, we got a buyer, and then things get a little bit challenging. And then me, the business owner, gets pulled back into it. Which is a massive distraction and taking me away from other activities. So how are you guys preventing me from getting dragged back into the transaction?
So again, Mrs. Smith, I'm going to be your point of contact from here all the way till closing. Every client also gets a custom portal, so you can see, very transparent, what day, who did what, their initial, like, you can, I tell people it's the 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. You wake up in a panic, what's going on with 123 Main Street? You can log in and see all of that information. But not only can you see it, but weekly you're getting an email from us that says, hey, Steve, you have these 15 files open. 12 of them we're ready. We're just waiting on your buyer. These 2 are closing this week. This one is a problem. We do need to talk about this one. But we do everything we can to remove you from that process, because I want you out doing more deals. I want you doing 20 deals instead of 10 this month.
Got it. Anything else you want to make sure we wrap up with?
That's it. I certainly appreciate you and having me on the podcast. I know I keep telling you that was a really big deal for me. But yeah, underneath this video, there's a little blue button, book a call. Click that. Let me or my team jump on the phone with you. Let's talk about what were your plans for this year. What's your goals for next year? Let's see if we would be a good fit. Ideally for us, we're looking for people who want to scale and grow. We want to help you grow your business. And let's talk about that, and then we'll show you what our process looks like. And let's show you how we can help you spin the wheel of your business faster and faster, because ultimately we want you to do more deals, make more money, and have more freedom.
Yeah, and I would say, you guys have been following me, I don't really endorse a ton of stuff. I don't endorse a lot of products, right? So if I'm going to put my name behind it and support it, it's because I absolutely have full faith in it. So guys, definitely check it out. Check out David. He's been doing this for slightly longer, just a couple years more than me.
Just a couple, right?
Just a couple more. So definitely click that link below. Check it out. Schedule a call with this team.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.